Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the WERKin Mommas podcast. I am your host, Nikki Winston, and thank you all so much for tuning in. The WERKin Mommas is the essential concierge service for busy moms. We provide cleaning, grocery delivery, and errand services so moms can spend more time doing things we love, like sleeping, working out, or just relaxing. Started this business in 2017 when I realized I wasn't the only mother out here trying to figure out how to kill it at work and always have dinner on the table and a clean house and working out 5 days a week, ironing the kids' clothes, paying bills, grocery shopping, going to PTA meetings, all that stuff that as moms we have going on constantly on a daily basis. The WERKin Mommas is also a community of moms and female entrepreneurs who are birthing babies and businesses and getting lost in all that comes along with that. My goal with this podcast is to share life experiences about career progression and strategies to grow your business, ways to make your home life less stressful, and the oh so important self-care and making you a priority, even with all that we as moms have going on. So talk about a number of different things, mom life, how to put your life on autopilot, how to have more time in your day, and really just try to connect with you all and provide a place for us to just share what we have going on. If you figured out the secret sauce on how to make this whole mom life thing work, then definitely there are plenty other moms out there who want to know how to make this all work. So just wanted to jump on here for a minute and just talk about some things and really share with you all how this podcast even came to be. So, or hold on, let me take a sip of water. Those of y'all that know me know I love my lemon ginger mint water. And I usually have some water or some turmeric tea or something with me at all times. So it's also 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:13 to be exact, on February 6th, 2019. And I am very much a night owl. So from 10 p.m. to maybe 2 or 3 a.m., my brain is firing on all synapses. And this is also the quietest time in my house. So I prefer to record on the late night when I'm in my zone and it's quiet and I can really just get things done. So like I said, this is the WERKin Mommas podcast. We are keeping it a buck over here. This is real mom life right here. It's not always glamorous and sexy. Sometimes you have to get it in where you fit in. And if that means doing it a few hours before my kids get up for school, then hey, that's what we're going to do. But anyway, I wanted to talk today about not holding yourself back and really going for the things that you want. A few weeks ago, I put a post on IG that it was just like a text post that said, stop holding yourself back. And it's a talk that I have to have with myself on almost a regular basis. The last part of 2018, I spent a lot of time in Manhattan. So I was traveling back and forth between New York and Atlanta for several weeks for most of Q4. So it was, the Monday through Friday I'm in New York. I fly home Friday night. I'm back up there Monday morning, and I was just in that zone for probably 2 months or so. But I had a really big client up there who had major business transactions and mergers going on. So during the day, I'm an accountant, I'm a CPA. And so I spend a lot of time doing advisory work for my clients, working through trying to interpret accounting treatments and make sense of M&A activity in business. But it just got to be really overwhelming because I had all these things to do. I had a to-do list for my CPA firm, the Winston CPA group. I had a to-do list for things I needed to do at home and with my kids. And I had another one for the WERKin Mommas and all the stuff we needed to get done. It was the holiday season. Lots going on as far as errands and grocery delivery and all of that stuff. So sometimes just the sheer volume of things can make you feel overwhelming, and it comes down to a mindset that keeps us stuck, and the thought of doing something can be polarizing at times. And I've come to learn that from personal experience, we think something is way bigger or way more serious than it really is. And I mean that in the sense of going to the cleaners, for example. For me, that is a huge chore for me. I have a basket in my closet that I only put in the clothes that need to go to the cleaners. But I have to get this basket. I have to haul it to my car, sit it in the back seat, drive to the cleaners, take it out, take all the pieces out when I get there. So, I mean, it seems like a chore. It's not really that bad. But when you combine it with everything else that goes into a typical day in the life of a mom, it becomes overwhelming. But sometimes you got to get out of your own way. We can talk ourselves out of things before our feet even hit the ground. And again, that mindset is everything. It can talk you out of things that you have been looking forward to for weeks, for months, for years. The strength of the tongue. Words are powerful, but so is the power of positive thinking. So that's how this podcast came to be. After I stopped holding myself back, I had been thinking for a long time, almost a year, like I think I want to do a podcast. I love to write. I love to talk. I'm just not a big fan of doing it on camera. Like I said, I'm an accountant. So I love sitting at my desk, combing through financial statements, being behind the scenes. I'm not a YouTuber. I'll probably never go live on IG. And I'm like, people just probably won't know me at all. But then I'm like, there are other platforms where I can share my message. I'm a regular contributor on Medium, and now this podcast is another way for me to share my message. So I'm doing this in my footies, like I said, at 1:00 in the morning, no makeup, with my lemon and mint water. And this is my element. This is where I thrive. This is the space I thrive in. And I mean, I just love us. I love seeing women, particularly Black and brown women who were raised to go to school, go to college, and get a job. And then as you grow into your full potential, you realize that you're sitting on these $1 billion ideas. And I say billion with a B because these entrepreneurs that I've seen just the last couple of years, women are just taking what they know and monetizing it, or coming up with these amazing business ideas and just making them pop. But even as employees working in corporate America, I mean, we drive a lot of decision making that we don't even get the glory for. And in some cases, we may not even realize that. If you just think for a minute about projects you've led at work, or when you've been at your office all day and then you come home and you open that laptop and you log in some more and put in all this extra time to meet your employer's deadlines. I mean, if you've led a big project or re-engineered a process, that's big. You have saved some major money for your employer, whether you know it or not. And just think about if you are an entrepreneur or you are in a space where you're deciding to start a business. If you put that same effort into your own ideas, imagine how they would just pop. And I mean, it's it's just, again, a function of not holding yourself back, being confident in your ideas. And don't get me wrong. Now, some people are totally content working in corporate America, and that is okay. I spent 16 plus years in corporate America, learned a lot, earned a lot, took some L's, took some more L's, formed some lifelong relationships. I grew my network like crazy. So don't feel like because you have a 9 to 5 that that's looked down upon. I mean, please, there's nothing like getting a steady paycheck or taking a week off from vacation from your corporate job because you're spending that time building your side business. And then you come back to your corporate job and you get paid for the time that you was away. Like there's nothing like that. So I will never tell somebody to wake up, quit your job, and build your empire. That does not have to be your story. And as a matter of fact, it's not a lot of people's stories, no matter how they try to make it look on Instagram. So don't be fooled by social media hype thinking you have to leave your job right away and fuck up your livelihood for what? Leap when you're ready, not when the internet says you're ready. So, okay, so back to starting this podcast. So before I even recorded the first episode, I had 26 episodes already written. Like, I used to think about podcasting night and day, the same way I thought about the WERKin Mommas, when it was just an idea on a notepad in my office. And I would always say, what are some things I want to hear? Or what would other moms or female entrepreneurs be interested in hearing about? And so the other thing was, how do I do this and not be all over the place with my content? I mean, I'm a mom. I'm a working mom at that. I have multiple businesses. How can I capture all of that? So I went on this exploratory couple of days where I'm like, let me go to Barnes and Noble and find some books about podcast editing, or let me figure out if I need some background music or if I need a dope intro. And I'm like, my focus is on my message and what I have to say. Those things are ancillary things and just another reason for me to postpone this podcast that has been on my brain all day, every day. So I just stopped overthinking it and I said, I'm just going to do it. And my first blog post of 2019 over at www.nickwinston.com is all about being intentional and doing things with purpose, having a plan. And that's precisely what I'm doing. So again, I was having this hard time trying to articulate how to capture everything I wanted to talk about, because I love accounting. I love helping entrepreneurs get their money right in their business, but I'm also a mom. So even if I decide to retire from accounting, which I probably won't, I will always have the title of mom. It's a unique experience in terms of the way we come to be mothers, but this whole mom life movement is real. Okay. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. It's overwhelming. But when you have these little people that you've created that celebrate your entire existence, there's no other feeling like that. Even when you've had a long day, even when you are feeling like shit, there is nothing like that. My son, he's 11. He will disappear for hours at a time playing Fortnite online with his friends. But every now and then he'll pop up, he'll find me and say, I love you, mommy. Give me a hug and kiss. And then he's gone again. There's nothing like that love. So I want to merge both of those topics throughout this podcast. My love for my profession as an accountant and my love for being a mother. But even if you're not a mom, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you're trying to figure out how to make your business work, who better than the mom to help you navigate some of those things? I mean, I'm all for connecting somebody with their next opportunity if I can. I love to see us win. I really, really do. So I hope that you all will engage, continue to listen, share, and subscribe so that we can keep these conversations going. This is important because it's important to share information in the game you might not know about how to get that promotion in your job or how to position yourself to grow your business. I mean, just so many different things that have these unspoken or these unwritten rules that somebody like me didn't really know in my career, but thanks to baptism by fire, I learned a lot of these things the hard way. So if I can save somebody with having some egg on their face or making some missteps in their career, I'm all for sharing that. So that's all I wanted to share. I thank you all for listening. You can learn more about me. My website is www.nickwinston.com. You can connect with the WERKin Mommas at www.theworkinmommas.com. I'm going to include the web links and all of the social media handles in the show notes. I would love to have some real conversations with some moms and some female entrepreneurs. So if you'd like to be a guest on the WERKin Mommas podcast, send an email to hello@theworkinmommas.com. That's TheWerkinMommas.com with the subject line TWM, the WERKin Mommas, TWM podcast. We'll review your submission, get back to you if we feel like your content is relatable to our audience. I appreciate you all for listening. And until next time, y'all be good.